Hey, I'm listening to you. I'm hearing your frustrations. Let's do this. How do we sew in a straight line? Well, now we can do exercises. We can draw up some lines on a piece of paper. So I'm going to go along this one. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing. But before we get there, we should have a look at this foot. Because this foot has got a groove here. That groove corresponds exactly where that needle is. But let's just concentrate on getting this needle to go on this line. So we run him up with the groove on here. And now I'm not going to look at this. My eyes are not going to be there. My eyes are going to be traveling here. And that's how I'm going to get it straight. If you were to look here, it's too late. You'll wiggle. So let's do this. You will need to change your needle after this. All right, let's see if I keep my eyes here now. I'm not going to be a perfect candidate for this because I've been sewing for way too long. But if you are looking here, you are going to wiggle. So I'm going to try and just look there. Oh, I'm off the line. No. My eyes are too trained to not do that. Actually, they're too trained to do that. Doesn't make any sense. But that's our piece of paper. I'm having far more success being on the straight line when I look ahead of the needle than, well, as I said, it's not fair. I've been sewing for too long, so it's not too bad over there. But do keep your eye trained in front of the needle. So once you've done that, you can also try doing corners. So keep your eyes following in front of out here. And when we get to here, we're going to use the hand wheel. So we're going to try and get dead over that corner. Put the needle down, lift up, turn him around, and we're lined up again, looking out over here. As we come closer to the corner, I think I just got him straight dead on. But we can use our hand needle, turn him around with the foot, needle in, foot up, turn it, foot down, keep going. Now foot up and needle up. Now did you also see, let me just change the camera for a sec. This take-up lever is up. That means I've completed my stitch and that I give myself nice tails here. Sorry about that, that was my cooker dropping to the floor. Tuck the tails behind, always your habit. Now, when you start sewing again, you won't lose your thread, okay? It won't rip out of your needle because you've got your take-up lever up and you've got tails behind. Curves, okay, different types of curves. And you get to practice on these ones too. So same thing. And it's really, you're feeding. Notice both hands are here. Okay, so I get to feed and control. And I am noticing that I'm actually probably looking at about here. So not at the needle, just in front. And I also have field of view here. So all the way around your curve. And the other thing to note is where my hands are. They're in front, they're not back here. Because this area in front, I keep stressing it, this is where your straightness and consistency is going to come from. If you're looking down here and you're holding down here, it's too late, Jen. Okay, it's gonna go off. And then we can try a different curve. Okay, curving round, different concave and convex. So this one's the convex. I'm going quite fast, but you take this slowly. my eye is on this groove here. And once again, do you notice when my hands are, they are forward, oops, can't speak and do, forward of the work. So when we go on to scrap paper to do a bit of practicing for straight stitching, let me show you what I'm usually doing, and just use 2 pieces because the results will be a little bit different. Usually you're sewing at least 2 pieces of fabric, and that's why sometimes when you do it on the paper, which is back behind my machine, it may not like it very well. So you can always draw those on fabric if you want to. But I've got 2 pieces of paper, pieces of fabric. So once again, we need to understand the foot and the plate. There's a groove here. There's a groove here. There's the edge of this foot. There's the edge of a foot. All of these indications can be used by your eyes to line things up. Then we've got these measurements across the plate here. Now I'm not a inch person, okay? I understand 1.5, I understand 2, that's centimeters, and that's the distance from your central point of the needle. And it has it on the other side too, just in case you have flipped your fabric around, you've got to go the other way. So it has all of these markers. Now, even though I don't really get inches and fractions of inches, I can still use these lines. I could use any line to line up my edge of material. I've even used the edge of the plate to line it up. And in fact, when I've been having so much material over that's covered, I've used touch on the edge of that plate to guide my straight line. So just remember that there's nothing magical about this. You don't need to buy magical things. You've already got lines, guides, anything you want to create, feel, touch, see, to go straight. So when we do this, like I'm going to go, this is very common for me, I'll use the edge of my foot as the guide for my sew line, and that's probably at around about 6 millimeters away. So I'm going to line my edge of my foot against the edge of my fabric, and that'll give me a straight, I should put that behind my foot, and we'll get bird's nests. Straight line of sewing coming up. And again, see where my hand is? It's a little bit in front. So I will stress this always, you were looking in front, not where it's happening, in order to go straight. Nice straight line. Okay, such a common question, how do we get it straight? Now, it doesn't matter if this is curved, because we would line it up in the same way, and it would just follow the curve at the same consistency away from the edge. So let's go down here. We could use this as our guideline. Okay, so we're lining up our edge of fabric, and now my eyes are here on this guideline. I'm not looking over there at the needle at all, it's over here. And I've got one hand behind because I can't have him in front, because I need to see here. I'm not pulling my fabric either. That's another straight line, same distance away from the edge. So this is exactly the same idea. We're just going around a curve. Just keeping it lined up with the edge of the foot. And that's straight sewing around a curve, same ideas. So we could use a blind hemming foot, not for blind hemming. We could actually use this to line up with another row of stitching to keep it really, really parallel. So if you imagine you were top stitching something, I'm just going to put my foot on. Okay, this bit here, see that pulls out this guide here. And you put it all the way out there. Probably not good to put it all the way out there because it's a bit floppy. But let's say we wanted to line up against this row of stitching. So we're top stitching something. We don't have a twin needle. Okay, and we want to get this needle parallel all the way, perfectly parallel to this stitch. Well, we can use this guide. We line this bit up against here. So we can see that I'm using the edge here to run against this stitch line, and that will create a beautiful parallel row here. Again, my eyes are travelling here, not doing anything with the needle, they're out here. But look at that, parallel. You might like that little trick. Using your feet that generally have a different purpose in ways that suit you. I hope that's helped out with the wonkiness. Do drop me a comment, ask a question if you need to. I love reading your comments and I will answer them. And enjoy your comfy life. I'll see you next time.